Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Break Vape podcast, episode 47. I am your host, Tami Ernst. As always, thank you all for listening in from all over the world, for doing the work that I spark your curiosity here with on the show, and for emailing in your feedback. If you need help to quit vaping, I have got your back and a proven plan. So just go over to www.breakvapes.com. That's www.breakvapes.com to see what we offer here at Break Vape, or simply send an email to hello@breakvapes.com. Last week, we dove into some thought work that challenged you to get very curious about how your life will look like if you continue to keep vaping, and I asked you what your backup plan is. So all the feedback that I received from this question was worded differently, of course. So to paraphrase and expand on some coaching that I've done with some of you, we all came up with the answer that your backup plan is to keep trying to live vape-free, even if you slip and fail forward. And bravo, my friends. I think that is a strong and courageous answer that does not allow the option of vaping to have power over you anymore. I like to call this a fall towards freedom answer, because even if you do slip up and vape, you will still learn and skill up along the way, and it will get easier and easier for you to quit down the road when you practice all of the strategies that I give you. So knowing that you have a solid backup plan is such a relief, and it ties into today's topic of decision fatigue. I guarantee that if you have been addicted to vapes and have tried to quit at least once, then you have suffered from decision fatigue. To paraphrase from psychotherapist Natasha Duke, decision fatigue is a phenomenon as opposed to a diagnosable medical condition where more decisions a person makes over the course of a day, the more physically, mentally, and emotionally depleted they become. A person experiencing decision fatigue struggles with executive functioning, which can have a wide range of consequences, including impaired judgment. Guys, today, I want you to pull your vaping addiction out of your subconscious mind and imagine that it is a ping pong ball so that you can study it analytically. Now think about this question and answer it for yourself. How many times a day do you think about vaping? So think about that for a second. How many times a day do you think about vaping? Now let's go a little deeper. How many times a day do you think about vaping when it is buried in your subconscious mind and it's running on autopilot? I suspect the answer is hundreds of times a day, but maybe you just don't realize it. Unless you can't find your vape, for example, and then your brain will freak out and offer you panic and anxiety until you find your vape because it's quote unquote like a pacifier. But if you're trying to quit, you will feel all of these hundreds of thoughts in a much higher intensity. And you probably know as well as I do, my friend, that it is absolutely exhausting. Believe me, I have been there. You may think about how long you can go without your vape, or where you can go to hit your vape while hiding it, and how you can reward yourself if you don't vape. And then, unfortunately, how shameful it feels when you ultimately give in. And each and every one of you, each and every one of us are human. We all have extraordinarily unique reasons why we struggle to quit vaping. I see it every single day. When you are going through your quitting journey, you will likely spend so much time thinking about vaping. So I have two important things to point out about this today. Okay, one is that intentionally thinking about vaping at first is a good thing, right? Because you have pulled your addiction out of your subconscious mind like a ping pong ball that you're just studying analytically from a neutral place, and you are reframing your thoughts around addiction. This is incredible and positive thought management work. So if you're doing that, keep it up. Now, the other thing I want to offer is this. When your brain is finally free from thinking about vaping all of the time, what kind of thoughts do you want to fill your mind up with instead? You are capable of anything that you put your mind to, and you have so much capacity to explore. That is really exciting. Think about it. Instead of your thoughts being consumed by vape and shame cycles, what if we took all of the time that those thoughts took up and rechanneled them in a positive direction? What could you come up with? What areas of your life would you improve? Where could you focus more? Where could you worry less? Try to answer some of these questions for yourself this week and just get very, very curious about giving yourself a mental break from decision fatigue. If you have to make a decision about vaping, make it ahead of time and schedule when you are going to vape. And then hold yourself to that schedule so that your brain will begin to reward itself with dopamine from doing what you told yourself you were going to do, instead of it getting its dopamine from vaping. Decision fatigue shows up in other areas of our lives too. And today we are just scratching the surface of learning how to manage it so that you can improve habits around procrastination, avoidance, impulsivity, exhaustion, overwhelm, brain fog, irritability, regret, dissatisfaction, etc. All of those things tend to show up when we have this cycle of decision fatigue going on. And all of these thoughts and emotions can be organized and flipped to positive ways that serve you. And I love going into this detail when I coach. So if you're curious, let's get started living your vape-free life ASAP. Just reach out to me on the website. In the meantime, if you want a quick fix that you can implement today to start managing decision fatigue around vaping, here is what I want you to do. I want you to write down all of your thoughts about vaping as soon as you wake up, then again in the afternoon, and then again before you go to bed for a total of 3 times. Just write down all of your thoughts, no matter how random they are. Then the next morning, read over all of your thoughts and keep your list next to your vapes. Then I want you to read your list as you vape and write down 5 sentences about vaping that start with the words, "I decide." Now, do not beat yourself up during this process, okay, my friends? We are done with that. This exercise is designed to get your thoughts out of your beautiful brain and down on paper so that you can begin to organize useful decisions around vaping that will empower you to take control over decision fatigue. There are no right or wrong answers. But there is only one way to do this exercise wrong, and that is to not do it at all. So do the work. You are worth it. Reach out to me to start coaching by visiting www.breakvapes.com. That's www.breakvapes.com. And I really want you to do this work and this exercise. So replay this episode again if you need to hear those instructions over again. And if you have any questions, you can use that website that I just said, www.breakvapes.com. Shoot me an email through the website and ask me questions, and I will help you out. And that is all I have for this week, my friends. Let's work on that decision fatigue. Bye for now.